Today I'm going to be doing a little get ready with me on this look. This is just like my everyday kind of beat, and answering a couple of your guys' questions that you guys asked me on Instagram. If you don't follow me on there, my username is Marelyandme, just like on TikTok, on here, on everything. And I'm excited, you know, it's like I feel like stuff that people have been wondering. So yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, somebody asked, how did I find out I was pregnant? I have a whole story time about it on my TikTok, where I talk about like the symptoms I had and everything. But basically, girl, I just didn't get my period. And I was like, that's suspicious. And my period's always on time. So I knew like right away to take a test, but it was also really shocking. Somebody else asked me what my reaction was, what mine and my partner's reaction was to being pregnant. Girl, let me just tell you, I was shocked, honey. I didn't know what to do. I took the test at work. Why would I do that? I don't know. I don't know what possessed me to do that, because I had a client coming in. If you don't know, I'm an esthetician by day. I called my baby daddy and I was like, this is some good molecules, SPF, by the way. I called him and I was like, I'm pregnant. He's like, what? I'm not expecting that on our bucket list for 2023. Like, always imagine having kids at a later age, like much later. I wasn't even sure if I wanted kids, type of thing. And yeah, we were freaked out for a little bit, but then I told my mom and she made me feel like I could really do this shit. So, you know, we talked about it and we were like, we're gonna be fine, like it's gonna be okay. We just need to readjust, you know, get with the program a little bit. And sometimes I still think about it, I'm like, that shit is crazy. I can't believe I'm having a whole baby. Me? Alexa, what time is it?
It's 8:51 a.m.
Okay. Shit. I need to check what time I have clients today, because girl, work has been so freaking busy. I am just hanging on by a damn thread. For my brows, I use the NYX brow glue. I feel like I've tried so many different brow gels, brow waxes. I hate brow wax. Like, it literally, my hairs are too necios for that. Nothing ever stays, so I have to use something that's gonna keep them in place. And I feel like this does the job pretty good. And it doesn't give me that like weird sticky white residue at the end. Like, they dry down pretty easy. I was using Got To Be for a little bit, and girl, that shit was not it. Miss Girl, I've been following you on TikTok since your Target days. How have you been lately? Honestly, if you've been following me since Target, that is crazy. That is crazy, because that was like a whole other chapter in my life. Like, I feel like I don't even remember that, honey. But I've been really good. You know, you guys know I'm pregnant now. I'm officially 6 months pregnant, meaning, baby, the countdown is starting soon. I always clean my brows up first, because I feel like it gives me like a stencil to work with, and then I can see like where I have to fill stuff in. Okay, you see that? Like, you literally just have to create yourself a little stencil. Okay, now I'm gonna fill my brows in with Morphe brow pomade in Cold Brew. I love this shade. It's like a really neutral shade, but it still is like dark enough, but not dark to where like it's gonna look like Sharpie eyebrows. Somebody asked, how long have you been creating content for, and what motivated you to start? Okay, I have been making TikToks for like 2 or 3 years now. I never took it seriously. I would just post for fun. I would say only in like the last 2 months I've been taking it very seriously. I even went and bought this freaking camera. Like, who am I? Oh, this is gonna sound so corny, but I would say being pregnant really motivated me to start, because I was like, okay, really, I don't have much else to do, and I wasn't like filling my time with anything that was like productive at all. Like, I literally was just not doing shit. It's crazy, because when I got pregnant, I thought I was gonna be like, oh my gosh, now I'm gonna have to work 10 times harder. Like, I'm gonna have to do this, I'm gonna have to do that. But it just comes so naturally. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like I want to keep going. I want to keep like doing shit, because it's just like this weird sense of like motivation that you get. I'm trying out this Plump It Right Back from NYX. I tried it yesterday and I kind of liked it, but I can't tell. Like, it's supposed to be like the Power Grip, which I love. The pink Power Grip, if you know, that is my shit. But this one feels more like less tacky but more serum-y because it's called a primer serum. So side note, if you don't return your makeup that you don't like or products that you don't like from Ulta or wherever, or any product that you buy and you don't return it, if you don't like it, stop being lazy. Let me give you a little bit of girl math. So I started to return stuff when I didn't like it. I bought this like hair mask the other day. I tried it. It didn't do so I was like, I'm returning this. I went to Ulta. I returned that and this other moisturizer from Bubble that I had got that I didn't really like. It didn't really do anything. I got this and a La Roche cleanser, and I felt like in my head it was like free because I was just returning stuff that I was already not going to use. Okay, this is a good one. Top 3 deal breakers in relationships and friendships. Ooh, this was juicy, girl. I'm going in with the House Labs foundation. This foundation is so freaking good, dude. If you have dry skin, give it a try. Get a sample from Sephora because don't go and buy a freaking $45 foundation if you don't know if you like it. Biggest deal breaker in relationships and friendships, I would say number 1 is if they give you like weird, slick, like sly remarks and try to play it off as a joke. Like, baby, I know you weren't joking. Like, especially when it's like something to do with your appearance or like, you know, something like low-key personal, unless y'all are like that and y'all, that's like y'all's friendship style. But personally, I don't like jokes like that. Like, don't be trying to throw some shit in there, okay? Especially if I don't know you like that. Like, I also very rarely make new friends. Girl, you know what Drake said? No new friends, no new friends, no new friends, no new. Second pet peeve I would say would be friends who are stingy. I like to say like, oh, you know, you have to pay for everything. You gotta have it on you all the time. Like, a girl, there's been times where I haven't had it. But when they're like, oh, can you Zelle me? Or can you Venmo me? Like big stuff, like if y'all go to dinner type thing, like obviously. But if it's like something small, like, I don't know, I work more of like on a you get me this time, I'll get you next time type basis. And I feel like some people are not like that. And it's so shocking to me because me and my best friend, like every time we go somewhere, she'll be like, oh no, don't worry about it, I got it. Or I'll be like, oh no, don't worry about it, I got it. And even if she does that, I still send her money, but like we never make it a point to like ask. I feel like that's kind of tacky to me. Going in with the Hourglass Concealer in shade Oat right underneath my eyes. A peeve of mine would be when people talk hella shit about other people to you. Because 9 times out of 10, baby, 9 times out of 10, guess what? They're talking about you to other people. And I'm not saying don't vent to your friends or anything like that, but like if you talk shit about every single person in your life, baby, I know you talking shit about me. Like, somebody asked where I'm from. I am from Arizona, more specifically like the Phoenix area. Somebody said, do you think your baby is gonna look more like you or your man? No idea. I have no clue. I feel like low-key he'll look more like my man because his genes are strong. Like, I feel like everybody in his family looks alike. And literally nobody in my family looks alike, like at all. Also, we have different dads. I'm just saying, like, nobody looks like my mom really. I look more like my dad, so I feel like my genes are not super strong. So I have a feeling he's gonna look more like his dad, but really I don't know. I mean, I'd be happy if he looked like me, or if he looked like just like a combo of both of us, but I have a feeling he's gonna look more like his dad. How's it been since blowing up on TikTok? Honestly, I feel like I haven't really blown up on TikTok, but I think I've just been being a lot more consistent, and that has brought like more interaction to my TikTok. But you know, in terms of like blowing up, I feel like I'm nowhere near, you know, where some creators are at. I feel like I just have my little community and I am happy with that. You know, I have this like special place in my heart for people who have been around for like a really long time. Like, I was even on live talking about this. Like, I'm like, YouTube is such a hard space to grow in that I'm not expecting much out of posting my like YouTube videos. But the fact that there's like certain people that I know that will watch, honestly, that makes it all worth it for me because they're like my OGs, you know. Dude, I just swallowed hella powder. This goes for anybody who's wanting to do content creation in any space, in any type of shape, like anything, girl, just go for it. Just do it. Like, and I feel like everybody says like, bitch, okay, give us some real advice. But it's so serious and so true. Like before, I used to be so scared to post because I have a lot of people from like high school still on like my Instagram and stuff. Even when I posted like ask me questions, like I felt so weird because I'm more of like a TikTok girly. But I'm like, no, like I need to expand. I need to like push myself outside of my comfort zone, and I cannot do that if I refuse to like be uncomfortable. And I got my very first apartment. This apartment by myself, y'all. It's small. She's humble. She's cute. But it was such a scary thing for me. Like I had never moved out. I had never lived on my own. I didn't know what it was going to be like. Was I ready to move out by any means? No, dude. I literally went into debt to get this apartment because I wanted it so bad. And I literally just had to, not that this is not advice, by the way. Like I'm not telling you need to go get in debt for an apartment. But it changed my life because it made me feel like I can, when I'm put in an uncomfortable situation, the only option that you have is to grow. Like, what the fuck else are you gonna do? Sit there and cry? Baby, rent is due. I feel like it just really opened my eyes to like being uncomfortable and like putting myself out there, even though like, sure, like are people from high school maybe gonna watch this and be like, oh, she's so cringy? Like, girl, maybe. At the end of the day, people who judge you for putting yourself out there, you know why they do that? Because they're too scared to do it themselves. So I don't know, if you've been wanting to start social media or like you've been waiting for like a sign, baby, this is your sign. Like, I'm talking to you. The fuck are you waiting for? Doing content is like playing the lottery. Like you cannot win if you don't play, baby. Powerball. Ugh. How long did it take you to master your base? Honestly, it took me a long time of trial and error. And that's the hard part about doing makeup is like, it's so subjective that you could try something that works for me and you fucking hate it. Like it's just so up in the air. You don't know what you're gonna like, but then that's, I think the exciting part too is like you never know what the next best thing could be, which is why I have a freaking makeup addiction. What was your high school experience? Was it good or bad? Was it a good or bad experience for you? I feel like in high school, I was just so like, I went to one of those like college prep schools where like they make you do hella work for like no fucking reason. So it was honestly really stressful for me. My dad like forced me to go there. He's like, no, you're gonna go to this school, blah, blah, blah. Because my stupid freaking sixth grade through 8th grade gifted teacher was like, yes, if you're gifted, like you need to go to this school. Like it's gonna be like your one-way ticket to Harvard. Like, baby, I didn't even go to college. Like it was cringy like everybody else's, you know what I mean? Like I didn't do any sports. I didn't do any clubs. I didn't do anything. My senior year, I did student council, and that was like so fun for me because I met a lot of cool people through it. And also I got to get out of class so I could go to assemblies and shit. And I remember that shit was, I said, losers. Yeah, I gotta go to class, baby. That was about it, really. I mean, I didn't do any sports. Like I said, I always wanted to do cheer, and I never did. That's like one of my high school regrets. Like I always wanted to do cheer, and I was just scared, you know? Like I was scared of being seen. I was scared of everything. I was scared of like looking stupid. I'm so glad I grew out of that because that is such a like limiting mindset. MK lip liner in taupe brown, and this is ColourPop in Double Date. This is my favorite lip combo right now. Like I cannot stop using it. How many kids do you want in total? Just one. I think once I have one, then I can start thinking about maybe like 2 or 3. But no, honestly right now, in the way that I feel, I want to have just one. And everybody's like, you're gonna change your mind, you're gonna change your mind. I don't know, honey. Maybe like down the line in like years, but then I always think about it like, okay, if I'm gonna restart, how am I gonna feel about that? Like I'm gonna restart when I already got like out of the diaper stage, out of like the kid stage, and then like go back and do it again. I mean, I might love being a mom, you never know. But it just seems like a lot, girl. So we said if you can give 2023 a word, what word would you give it? Crazy. That's that on that, girl. I just never thought. That's a lot too about like the names that we have picked out for our baby. And I'll tell y'all what I'm not using. I only really narrowed it down to the first name, really. And we don't really want to say because let's not say. I just feel like we don't really know, like what if he comes out and like he don't look like the name that we chose for him, you know what I mean? Like I just wanted to make sure that it really fits him. And I really like the name Ezekiel, and we're not using that. I really like names that you can say in English and Spanish. I mean, my DMs are open. If you have some name suggestions that you think would fit my baby, let me know, because I really like Ezekiel or Ezekiel, but my boyfriend doesn't like that name, so we're not gonna use it. Somebody asked, what will your channel consist of? I'm so excited for when this comes out. Ah, that makes me so happy. But basically, I want my channel to consist of vlogs and kind of like documenting my journey becoming a young mom. Like, I don't want to be like just a mom content. I want it to be like a little bit of everything. Y'all know I love like beauty, anything beauty, lifestyle. Like, I also want to have something to look back on, because I feel like these first like 6 months of me being pregnant has been such a blur, because I've been trying to process the fact that I'm pregnant for so long, and now it's becoming very real. And now I'm like, shit, I have like 3 months left to like do all these things, makeup tutorials, anything y'all really want to see from me, let me know, girl, because you know I'm for the people. That is it for the questions that I got. I'm gonna do my hair right now and then get ready for work, because girl, I still got a 9 to 5. I still gotta go to work, honey. Love you so much. If you tuned into this, you are the fucking real one. So thank you so much. Okay, have a good day, bitch.